Now, once you've created a number of different policies, it's helpful to understand how to manage those policies. So I'm going to select Secure, Manage Security Policies. The policies that I have can be managed in a number of different ways. First off, if I have a policy that I don't want, I can simply delete it. If I have a policy that doesn't do what I need it to, I can edit it by clicking on the Edit button. And when I click the Edit button, I go right back into the Editing a Security Policy dialog box, and I can edit it from there. I'll hit Cancel because I don't need to do that. Also, you'll notice that there are little stars next to these policies. If I don't want a policy to appear under the Secure menu, I can simply select it and click Favorite, which will actually toggle the favorite off. Once a policy is no longer a favorite, then it doesn't appear in the menu. It's not necessary to have every policy that I have ever created in the menu in order to want to save them. I might need them for later, I might use them in very specific instances, so I don't have to have all of my security policies visible all the time, and to do so, I'll just deselect the Favorites option. And then if I have a policy that I want to create from an existing other policy, all I need to do is click Copy. What that will do is it will give me a new policy based on the one that I've copied, and then I can go ahead and click on Edit and make a change to the policy. It's very important when you're using security policies to think about your policies and manage them effectively so that you create a consistency in your security. And that's the whole reason that Adobe has given this to you. As opposed to creating several different types of password-driven policies that do several different sort of similar things, it's a much better idea to decide how you want to use passwords. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to click Edit. I'm going to come over into the editing of this particular password policy, and let's talk about compatibility. If in general you're producing policies that you need for just the sort of masses, it's a good idea to use Acrobat 5 and later. That opens up the largest number of people to be able to use the PDF file while giving you security. However, if you know you're using PDF files internally only, it's a good idea to choose Acrobat 7 and later. This is a decision that you should make ahead of time, not a decision that you should be making on the fly. And so when you create a policy that offers Acrobat 7 compatibility, then, and I'll back up to do this, you should call this password-driven, perhaps, internal, instead of actually creating a policy on the fly, choosing a compatibility because it seems like 6 is a good number today, and then trying to apply that policy. Security is something that if you don't consider, you can actually create problems for yourself by creating PDF files that are difficult, if possible, to get into. I'm going to hit Cancel because I don't want to change this policy. Now there's another level of management here, and that's represented by these policies, which are called Adobe Lifecycle Policy Server policies. And we're going to take a look at how we make these policies, but the reason that they have a different icon is because they are not what are called user policies. That's what this little icon indicates here. These are organizational policies, and they are not hosted by my local copy of Acrobat on my workstation. They are actually hosted on a tool called the Adobe Lifecycle Policy Server. We'll learn more about that in a few minutes, but I wanted to point out the difference there so that you could understand that there are two ways to create policies: user-driven, organizational, and the organizational policies are something that you might not even have access to in order to change.